Welcome back, my wisdom walkers. And if you're new to the channel, I thank you for visiting. Today, we're going to be talking about layoffs that may be looming, or for people who may be suspecting that there'll be one coming in their near future. Now, as you guys know, this is real talk and real growth. So we won't be talking about the obvious update your resume, go job searching, okay? But these would be some 5 easy tips for you to prepare for a layoff, and they'll be done in a way that you'll easily be able to remember them. So, number one is in relation to scaling down your expenses. For that one, I like to say, where you can shave is where you can save. So let's be real, everyone. Sometimes when folks get laid off, they still try to maintain the exact lifestyle they had financially before their layoff. That's a big no no. So, what you really want to do is take a hard, long look and a serious one at what it takes to maintain your household on a monthly basis. That means everything that is needed, not everything that is wanted. There's a difference. So, no shade on the ladies, but sometimes you'll hear someone say, well, I need to get my nails done, or I need to get my hair done. Those are wants, okay? If it's not something that's going to maintain your car note, your rent, or your mortgage, or your car insurance, that may be something that can be placed on the back burner. Let's be honest, it can, until such time that you're able to incorporate that back into your lifestyle. So keep that in mind. We're talking about only needs when you're looking at your finances and only keeping those things that really are truly needed. So for that one is where you can shave is where you can save. And you'll be surprised at how much some of you may be able to save. The second tip is in relation to unemployment benefits. On this one, I like to say, don't lose your mind because it can take some time. We all know that when you're dealing with the unemployment office, well, maybe not all of us, but it can take quite a bit of time before you're able to get that first payment. So you want to be Johnny on the spot when it comes to that. Look into your area to see if you're applicable for unemployment, and if so, what forms you need, what things you'll need to fill out. If there are any centers you need to visit, you may need to know where they're located and what time of days that their hours of operation are. So don't be left out in the cold when it comes to applying for unemployment, and don't wait till the last minute when you finally realize it's going to take longer to get a job than you thought. Jump on that bandwagon as quickly as you can. Number three has to do with downloading information. On this one, I like to say download your pay stubs and W 2s. Keep the records you shouldn't lose. Now, this is important because a lot of people, once they get laid off, they do not have access to their work computer anymore. And sometimes you don't realize that until the day of when you're being told that you're being let go. So make copies of your W 2s, copies of your pay stubs, or not copies, but email these things to yourself so you'll have proof of what your income was and your W 2 information that you'll need later on. So, again, um, for your pay stubs and W 2s, keep up with the records you shouldn't lose. Number four has to do with your well, if you're thinking you're going to be laid off, then there's going to be an interruption in your financial wealth. But keep in mind about your physical health. So if you think you're about to be laid off or they're laying off departments around you, begin to start making your appointments while you still have your health care. So get your eyes checked if that's needed. Um, make any type of doctor appointments that you may need to make. Now is the time to do all of that before you get laid off and before those healthcare benefits are no longer applicable to you. It's easier right now to pay your copays than it would be to go somewhere without insurance. Although that depends on what state you're in. Some states, if you don't have any insurance, everyone else pays it for you. So just check into all of that and see what parameters you'll be working within so that you can get proactive and take care of all of that. And then number five is something that I really want to talk to people about because if you watched my prior video, the one entitled, I told you all we're getting fired, I was able to see the writing on the wall, But I realized the reason why my colleagues couldn't was because of fear. So fear is step number 5. Some of you guys may be aware that there's an acronym for that, and it stands for false expectations appearing real. So that's when we make up or conjure up stories about how things are not going to be better. We come up with all the negative or bad scenarios in our mind and convince ourselves that that information is true or that that information is real. So for that one, what I like to say, instead of false expectations appearing real, make up something for you that bends to your will. In other words, see yourself going out to interviews that you would like to go out on and that you'll be successful during that interview. See yourself in the job areas or career that you would finally like to have gone into, but for whatever reasons you haven't so far. So begin to see this as a new beginning for yourself. And look, I know that's easier said than done. I've been there, done that, and even bought the soundtrack, okay? But it's important for us to have a different mindset when it comes to all of this so that we can begin to create the things in our lives that we really want to create and the things that we want to experience. So, to summarize in a nutshell, number 1 has to do with scaling down. And for that one, we say where you can shave is where you can save. Number 2, in dealing with unemployment, don't lose your mind because it can take some time. Number 3, when it comes to downloading, download your pay stubs and W-2s. Keep up with the records you don't want to lose. Number 4, when it talks about an interruption to your finances and to your wealth, keep in mind to focus on your health. So make those appointments, keep those appointments, and do this while you still have your insurance intact. And then lastly was fear, false expectations appearing real. Make up a story where it bends to your will. Okay, so those are just 5 tips that anyone can do. Let me know in the comments section if you have been laid off recently or if you're expecting a looming layoff or and what you were able to do to overcome that or what steps you were able to take in order to land on your feet more quickly. The whole idea is to be prepared for these things and be prepared in a way that it doesn't knock us for a loop and we have to really start from, day one. Um, Thinking about what we're going to do and what our next steps are. This is Sherry Brantley. This channel is Life Lessons Learned. You guys all know my mantra knowledge is in the knowing, but wisdom is in the doing. And of course, the learning of a lesson is the application of it. So, as we're learning lessons in life, we begin to apply those lessons in all areas of our lives where it's applicable. I'd like for you to um, leave a comment, like. You can, of course, feel free to share. And if you're so inclined, please subscribe to my channel. I do drop videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So even if you hit the notification bell, you won't be inundated with um, notifications. I only do these 3 times a week. Okay. To my wisdom walkers, I'll see you guys on the next run. And to my newbies, hopefully I'll see you as well. The next video is going to talk about the 5 steps to do after you've been laid off. So please, you don't want to miss that one. I'll see you then.